Hey everyone, welcome back. I've got a new kit out. Oh, you may have noticed different scenery behind me. I've had a bit of a mad one the other night. Got bored, husband watching sci-fi, so I decided to rearrange my shed. So now you get to see the other wall, which probably isn't quite as interesting, but it makes it easier for me, I've decided. Right, I have a new kit. A travel kit, or dreaming of some holidays at the beach type kit. Quite a big one, 18 pages. Oh, what I will say is I'm going to have a quick sort of makeup of, I've actually got a notebook cover and some bits to go in with it. So I'll have a quick sort of play around with that after. Right, on to the kit. I apologise for the shadows. It is now 7 o'clock in the morning. I thought I'll come out before it gets too hot, but I've got shadows. So, here we go. Right, main pages. So the backgrounds are actually ones I've made up with acrylic paint and then sort of superimposed lots of things on top. So a bit of a collage theme going on. This one particular one, or quite a few of them, have maps in the background. Yep, my hand is definitely creating shadows. Anyway, that's the first one. So I'm trying to keep my hand out of the shadows. Number 2. That's a bit brighter, this one. I just look, it's like a gel plate. That's what I've used for the backgrounds. I'm really pleased with the way they came out. I get bored sometimes and it's like, right, let's just make something, anything. So this one is number 4. And number 5. See a bit of a theme going on with maps and stuff. Number 6. Now this one I didn't know whether to call a main sort of picture page or not. But so you've got the acrylic background and then this one's actually a map I've superimposed on the top. I like that and decided that I wasn't going to change it. So it is actually, try and bring it out of the shadows. So there's a map of Ireland and a map of Scotland on that one. I just thought that was just too pretty to put anything over the top of it. Yeah, I have a shadow going on, but I can't seem to get rid of these. That's a lined backing page. And then we have some filling pages, or backing pages, however you want to use them really. So that's a street map of London over some graph paper. This one is of East Hampton, also over backing paper. That one I wasn't sure about, but I thought, you know what, it can go in. You'll either love that one or hate it. And then some more filler pages. I like that one. Just looks so peaceful. And then this is a notebook cover. So just like an insert notebook, or even just for any day use really. I can't remember how big I've made that. So that is 4 3/8 by 6. So 4.5. So pages 4.5 by 5 3/4, I think, to fit that. And then I've put some collage pieces to actually do the cover with. So I thought that's what we'll have a play with after. And then note cards. I really do like these. Oh, the shadow is terrible. Just some old-fashioned seaside cards. And then we have some big ones. So, poem at the seaside. I love this. When I was down beside the sea, a wooden spade they gave to me to dig the sandy shore. My holes were empty like a cup. In every hole the sea came up till it could come up no more. Robert Louis Stevenson. Love that poem. And then some more cards, a couple of envelopes, and some note cards to actually fit in the envelopes. Oh dear, I think I'm going to have to come back at some point when the sun's gone up just a touch more. Anyway, that's the kit. It's on Etsy and on my website. Cheaper on my website, but that's up to you. I'm going to go and cut these out. Hopefully the sun will have risen a little more, take some of the shadow away, and then I'll come back and we can have a play. Hi everyone. Right, the sun has moved over. It's now what, 8:30? Wonderful. I've cut out the sheet that makes the cover with all the little bits. I did have an issue with my poor old whale. I sliced straight through him in my haste to cut, but I'm sure we can work through that. So right, let's get rid of the rubbish. Right, now I have folded that one up and I have cut some paper to fit inside, and I have cut it. Let's open it out, makes life so much easier. Right, so I have got the paper 8.5 by 5 7/8, and that I've just got 3 sheets of paper that I've printed off and have been sat in the cupboard for ages, and that just fits nicely inside. So I'm thinking I am going to stitch this up first. Now I'm going to do this on the machine, I will say, simply because it's I can't put it together. There we go. I use the longest running stitch I've got on my machine. Right, I've sewn that because I've folded it first. I've sewn it slightly off centre, so that has now become my back. It does work, stitching it through the centre, as long as you use a really long stitch. Okay. Now I'm thinking I want a bit of a background, a bit of a stamped image. So I've got Tim Holtz, Stampers Anonymous, Ledger Script. This one is. I do like this one. That one seems to fit quite nicely. But I've also got, oh, and then flutter boys have fallen off. That's why this one's in a bag. Stampers Anonymous Papillon. This one. There we go. Oh, that one also fits. Ooh, look at that. So maybe I do one of each. Now I've got 2 pads because I wasn't sure which one was gonna. They're both stays on. I think I'll use the stone grey. I love having my husband working from home. It is good. But the phone just goes continuously. Right, that should do it. Oops. What have we got? Is there a, yeah, there is a right and wrong way. Ooh, I'm liking that. That looks pretty good. Maybe we do the same on the back. Oh, I don't know. Let's be a devil. I don't think I've used this one in absolute ages. Okay. What do I reckon? And there. I'm always so pleased when it turns out right. Okay. Now what I've done is I've cut out all the bits that run on the page. I move this up a bit. I keep forgetting where the camera is now. There we go. What I've done is I actually left an absolute load around this one because I like to rip things out. So I was thinking I'm going to use, I may not use all of them. It's very, very up to you. There's options. There are plenty of options, right? You can't read that anymore. That is actually just Photoshop. Not Photoshop. Vintage photo. So I'm just going to give this. I may cut it down a bit more. Oh. I like this one because it was just nice and bright. I didn't actually like the words, but I think that might be a bit big. I've also dug out some of these tiny little postcards that I've printed off probably many years ago. Yeah, I quite like that. That does look too big, and I do actually want to use. Oh, sorry, folks. A little spider. I do want to try and use my whale. Poor thing. That looks better. So I was thinking that maybe he could go sort of in there, and then I could have my join underneath. Oh yes. Oh, I'm feeling quite chuffed with myself now. Right. Let's give this. Oh, my sponge is falling apart. So I'm thinking that can go across the middle. A piece of lace. I haven't got any to hand at the moment, but a piece of lace would do the job. I just quite like that. I'm thinking that looks pretty good. I wonder. No, that would be too big for the bottom. That's probably better underneath there. I have actually got some fussy cut butterflies here. Every journal deserves a butterfly, or notebook, or whatever I make. Oh, that finishes it off nicely. I didn't want to make it two-dimensional. I have got some muslin, tea-dyed muslin, and I was thinking, ooh, maybe I could use that, but this is to actually go inside a journal, so I don't want it too bulky. My journals always turn out bulky anyway, without sort of adding to it. Oh, I'm liking that. Okay, right. let me just, this glue coming out. Right, that one's there, and then I always lose where I want stuff, so I just drop a bit of glue on where I want something to go. And then those two can go on after. Okay, let's finish this off. Don't you just love it when something works out right? Eventually. That piece solid. I'm not going to stick him there all the way, because I do want him to have a bit of, oops. Do you know, I didn't do the edge of him. That's it. That makes him stand out a bit better. I probably overkill the glue a bit, but it's like, okay, let's go for about there. Now then, where's he gonna go? So I'll just, whoops. I'm putting that straighter on an angle. Actually, on an angle looks a bit better. And then now all I'm going to do is just stick the ends down, I think, make it look like a bit of a, give it a bit of 3D. Of course, in real life, you do go in and you do this bit. There we go. So nice, quick and easy, with a little bit of dimension, because everything looks better with a bit of 3D. Oh, I've got my flutterby. Okay. Just stick him on. And I don't want this one sticking over the edge. There we go. Oh, okay. There we go. Nice, quick and easy little notebook. Like I say, this is all part of the Summer Blues kit. Love it. Even the back looks good though. Right people, there we go. So, new kit, and that's part of the kit. Except for the inside papers. But that's only because I overprint everything. Right, I'll put a link to the listing both on Etsy and on the website for the kit, for the Summer Blues kit. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. You take care now, and I'll speak to you all later. Bye.